Jason here at Storyteller Overland HQ, and today we're installing the Tenzing Trailhead Brushguard. This brushguard is a great way to protect and enhance the look of your van. It's also a perfect place to mount some lights. The Tenzing Brushguard is built with 3/16" plate steel and finished in a rugged matte black powder coat. If equipped, it works with the Mercedes parking sensors, front camera, radar, and active cruise. And it maintains the factory tow hook. We don't recommend the use of a front-mounted winch. This brushguard works on all 2014 and later model vans. Best of all, it installs in about an hour with just 6 bolts. So what's the story behind the name? Well, when designing the brushguard, we took inspiration from one of the toughest adventurers ever and one of the first to climb Mount Everest. His name was Tenzing Norgay, and he was the Sherpa who led the first guided expedition to Mount Everest and reached the summit on May 29, 1953 with Sir Edmund Hillary. All right, let's get this thing installed. Here is a list of what's included with the brushguard. Tenzing Trailhead Brushguard, 2 1.5" 8mm bolts with 2 8mm flat washers, 16 5/16" washers, an 1/8" hex wrench, 2 Brushguard inserts if you don't have front-mounted sensors, and the installation manual. And here are the tools you will need: flat blade screwdriver, file or pine cone drill bit, 1/2" ratcheting box wrench or standard wrench, 1/2" socket, T45 and T20 sockets, 2" Automotive painter's tape, Loctite 242, alignment tool, and don't forget your safety glasses. If your van is equipped with the stock European license plate adapter, remove that first using the T20 socket. Next, remove the 2 T45 bolts on the top front of the original Mercedes bumper. Next, remove the undercarriage bracket if your van has one. Notice that it is held in place by 4 bolts. Keep these bolts handy. You will use them to attach the bottom of the brushguard. Staying underneath the van, use a small flathead screwdriver to release the clips on the front 2 bumper sensors if equipped on your van. Remove the harness from the front sensors. Then gently push the front sensors back through the bumper and remove. Remove the harness attachment from the center of the bumper to create slack in the harness. Now, use a pine cone bit or hand file and widen the original holes just enough to allow the original connector to fit through the bumper. Reattach the sensors to the connectors. Remove the plastic tab with a flathead screwdriver to reveal the tow hook attachment point. You can find the tow hook underneath the passenger side floorboard in the tray where the jack and jack accessories are stored. Screw the tow hook into the front attachment point and tighten with the alignment tool. Now it's time to install the brushguard. First, place a 5-washer stack in the 2 holes where you remove the T45 bolts. We've included more washers if you need them, but we found 5 gives the best adjustability. Second, apply the 2" Automotive painter's tape to either side of the bumper to keep the brushguard from scratching the original bumper. Have a friend or fellow storyteller help you lift the brushguard into place and use the 2 1.5" long 8mm bolts that are included and the 2 8mm washers and hand tighten into place. Locate the 4 bolts you removed and add 242 Loctite to each. From underneath the van, use a ratcheting box wrench and attach the front bumper with the 4 bolts. Don't tighten these bolts completely yet, just enough to allow for adjustability. Now, from the top side, make sure the brushguard is set to equal distance on both sides of the original bumper. Once set, tighten the top bolts and then the 4 bottom bolts. Now simply take the 2 front sensors or 2 plastic caps if your van doesn't have the sensors and snap into place. Remove the green tape and there you go. The Tenzing Trailhead Brushguard is complete. If you have any questions, there are PDF instructions under our owner's page on our website, at StorytellerOverland.com.